Isaiah 33. The destroyer is as good as dead. You who have not been destroyed. The deceitful one is as good as dead, the one whom others have not deceived. When you are through destroying, you will be destroyed. When you finish deceiving, others will deceive you. Lord, be merciful to us. We wait for you. Give us strength each morning. Deliver us when distress comes. The nations run away when they hear a loud noise. The nations scatter when you spring into action. Your plunder disappears as if, as if locusts were eating it. They swarm over it like locusts. The Lord is exalted. Indeed, he lives in heaven. He fills Zion with justice and fairness. He is your constant source of stability. He abundantly provides safety and great wisdom. He gives all this to those who fear him. Look, ambassadors, cry out in the street. Messengers sent to make peace, weep bitterly. Highways are empty. There are no travelers. Treaties are broken. Witnesses are despised. Human life is treated with disrespect. The land dries up and withers away. The forest of Lebanon shrivels up and decays. Sharon is like the arid Rift Valley. Bashan and Carmel are parched. Now I will rise up, says the Lord. Now I will exalt myself. Now I will magnify myself. You conceive straw and give birth to chaff. Your breath is a fire that destroys you. The nation will be burned to ashes like thorn bushes that have been cut down. They will be set on fire. You who are far away, listen to what I have done. You who are close by, recognize my strength. Sinners are afraid in Zion. Panic grips the godless. They say, who among us can coexist with destructive fire? Who among us can coexist with unquenchable fire? The one who lives upright and speaks honestly. The one who refuses to profit from oppressive measures and rejects a bribe. The one who does not plot violent crimes and does not seek to harm others. This is the one who will live in a secure place. He will find safety in a rocky mountain stronghold. He will have food and a constant supply of water. You will see a king in his splendor. You will see a wide land. Your mind will recall the terror you experience. And you will ask yourself, where is the scribe? Where is the one who weighs the money? Where is the one who counts the tower? You will no longer see a defiant people, whose language you do not comprehend, whose derisive speech you do not understand. Look at Zion, the city where I hold religious festivals. You will see Jerusalem a peaceful settlement, a tent that stands put. Its stakes will never be pulled up. None of its ropes will snap in two. Instead, the Lord will rule there as our mighty king. Rivers and wide streams will flow through it. No war galley will enter. No ships will sail through. For the Lord our ruler, the Lord our commander, the Lord our king, he will deliver us. Though at this time your ropes are slack, the mast is not secure, the sail is not unfurled. At that time you will divide up a great quantity of loot. Even the lame will drag off plunder. No resident of Zion will say, I am ill. The people who live there will have their sin forgiven. So, the destroyer is as good as dead. What do we have in the footnote here? Is it going to tell us something about the destroyer or dead? Woe to the destroyer. Okay, so it has taken the woe statements, because that's not the way that we normally talk, is in woe. So it's taken that. Woe to the destroyer. The destroyer is as good as dead. The destroyer appears to refer collectively to the hostile nation. Assyria would probably have been the primary one in mind of the prophet and his audience. So here's one reason why, in some ways, it needs to be not apocalyptic, but if the destroyer is as good as dead, we're not waiting for the end time. We're not waiting for Satan. Now, this could be a second application to the future around that. And Priestley, you were asking about a book. I quickly looked. I had a book. I don't remember who published it. It's got to be an old book, like 25 years old. So there might be newer, better ones. But it was 5 different views on Revelation was one of the books I had. And so it's going to go through and give you different views of it. So that's what I would look for, is ones that have multiple views. But I don't spend a lot of time on apocalyptic stuff. It just doesn't excite me in any way whatsoever. And frankly, I think everybody's wrong. So there's that. I think everybody's interpretations are wrong. My evidence for that is everybody's interpretations of Jesus' first coming were wrong. So how arrogant of anybody to think that we've got Jesus' second coming correct. And when it happens, we'll go, now I get it. So I don't spend a lot of time and effort in trying to figure out what is going to happen. I only look to the point of assurance it will happen and the comfort that God has everything in his power. So here we have the destroyer is as good as dead. Assyria is probably in mind. The deceitful one is as good as dead. The one who deceives others. What do we have here in the deceitful one? The deceitful one or traitor, you treacherous ones. The parallel is now in there with the betrayer. So we have the destroyer, the betrayer, the deceitful one. These are all going to be destroyed. Everyone who is telling you what you want to hear, they're going to be destroyed. Lord, be merciful to us. We wait for you. Give us strength each morning. Deliver us from the distress. So the destroyer, again, is likely Assyria. It's the nation who is coming against Israel to destroy them, and Israel is going down to Egypt for protection. And Jerusalem also, the Judah is also going to go to Egypt for protection. So we've had that motif. So it's probably Assyria later. So Assyria destroys the northern kingdom and attacks, but does not destroy the southern kingdom. So there is the they're going to get it. And then there's a reprieve and time until Babylon comes and destroys the southern kingdom. Priestley, your priest constantly talks about how Jesus is more interesting in today, here, now, and heaven on earth now. Yeah, and I'm more focused on today and how we're living today and how we treat other people today than I am worried about the future. Jesus came preaching that the kingdom of heaven is near, not the kingdom of heaven is future. So that's kind of where I go. Wait, you are not a Latter-day Seventh-day Adventist or a Latter-day Saint? When's the day? Social hat. Nice. It took me a second to get what you were doing there. Oh, that was well played. If I add them up, 2 there, 2 back, so 4. Mrs. Panic, welcome in. Hope you are well. I am. I'm doing well. Yeah. You got me. That was so perfect. I read right into it, and I fell into it. Like, you really thought? No, you were. That was really good. We will talk one day, Pastor. You have no doubt. You want to give your phone number. You would love to speak with you. You'd love to have. Yeah. DM me. Southside TV Love, just DM me and ask for it. I'll send it to you, and we could set that up. You might have a hat stashed away with a date. Not really. No, I don't. Okay. Time is a constant thing. That's now forever. Yes. Way to put that in there. Yes. You're not understanding the joke? Oh, that's okay. It was saying something I don't believe as if I believed it, Supersonic. It was, yeah, I'm not surprised that one did not connect with you. Don't worry about it. It made me laugh very, very much so. I don't know if I can explain the subtlety of it. It was really subtle in the way it went. So, yeah, I don't know that I can get that one. So, okay, let's try to finish this chapter. So, strength each morning, deliver us when distress comes. The nations run away when they hear the loud noise. The nations scatter when you spring into action. So, again, we have, hey, there's hope. The kingdom that is coming against you, southern kingdom, is going to not prevail. God will prevail. Your plunder disappears as if locusts were eating it. They swarm over it like locusts. Now, I'm wondering here in the text, let me see if the footnote says, they plunder, gather in the locust, like a swarm of locusts swarming on it. Okay. I was just wondering here, Hebrew has like, I want to say 6 different words for locusts. And so I wondered if there was something play in here. It doesn't look like they picked up on it, but swarming locust is one kind of locust. Gathering might be another kind of locust. So there's different kinds of locusts. They could be different species of locusts and the characteristics of them, or it could be different stages of a locust life. Anyway, it reminds me of the fact that where I live in Michigan, the native people had about 30 different words for types of snow. So they describe all kinds of different snow: the dry snow, the blowing snow, the grapple, the sleet, the hail. Like they had like 2 dozen names for snow. We use a bunch of them around here. Like there's fluffy snow and there's wet snow, there's sticky snow, there's snowman snow. Just trying to give you some of the ones you might think of and no. Supersonic, you were just trying to help trigger raid train. Might need one more we did trigger the raid train. We did trigger the raid train. Nice job there. There we go. Well, yes, you have grapple. Yeah, grapple has been one of those new words in meteorology, it seems. So, well, I'm showing hype train incoming. We have 3 minutes to make it happen. Requires 3. Well, it's incoming, then one more person if we do. The Lord is exalted. Indeed, He lives in heaven. He fills Zion with justice and fairness. He is your constant source of stability. He abundantly provides safety and great wisdom. He gives all this to those who fear him. To make peace, weep bitterly. They were sending you to make peace, and then God came and struck down the enemy. They were trying to force you to settle for peace, and the people sent to make peace are weeping in the street. The ambassadors are crying out because, hey, they didn't make it. They didn't get peace. Highways are empty. There are no travelers. Treaties are broken. Witnesses are despised. Human life is treated with disrespect. The land dries up and withers away. The forests of Lebanon shrivel up. Sharon is like a valley. Bashan and Carmel are part. So this is what is going to happen to the enemies who are attacking you. Now I will rise up, says the Lord. Now I will exalt myself. Now I will magnify myself. You conceive straw and you give birth to chaff. So the things you were trying to do are going to amount to nothing. They are going to be worthless, and you're going to be consumed by fire. The nations will burn to ashes like thorn bushes when they set on fire. You who are far away, listen to what I have done. You who are close by, recognize my strength. So again, as the warnings go out to the nation around, pay attention to God's warning. Listen to all of them and do what God says. All right. Yeah, anonymous counts as third. Yeah. Social and flat cap. There's at least 2 more who follow. Didn't mean to make your life harder. You got this. No worries. No worries. Ooh, tomorrow. That's a nice hug. I like the big one. And I'm watching with the giant He is risen. That's super cool. Super cool. Okay. So we have this mixture of the people who are doing wrong are going to get their comeuppings. Those of you who are in the city, remain and do what God's told you. Enemies also going to get it. They're going to have it taken away from them. They will not be victorious. God is the one who is victorious. Sinners are afraid in Zion. Panic grips the godless. See, the godless. What do we have here in the text? The defiled, the sinful people, the sinners in Jerusalem. They say, who among us can coexist with destructive fire? Who among us can coexist? So the ones who are sinful are saying, who is going to live? It is horrible and, can't make it. And then it says, the one who lives uprightly and speaks honestly. Oh, yeah, there is a way. There is a way. The people who are just, the people who are honest, the people who are following after God, the ones who refuse to profit over oppressive means, the ones who refuse to take bribes, the ones who don't plot violent crimes, the one who don't seek to harm others. Who can survive the fire of God's destruction? The righteous. That's who. That's who. This is the person who will live in a secure place. So you're secure if you're in God. You're in the rock, in the mountain stronghold. And being in the palm of God, he will have food and have a constant water supply. He will see a king in his splendor. You who see a wide land, your mind will recall the terror you experience, and you will ask yourself, where is the scribe? Where is the one who weighs the money? Where is the one who counts the tower? I think that like, the towers, what are the towers? Is this the people referring to Assyrian officials who are responsible for determining the amount of taxation or tribute? So counting the towers, how much must you give us? Those who remember it, they're all going to get their comeuppance. You will no longer see a defiant people whose language you do not comprehend. The foreigners are going to be gone, whose derisive speech you do not understand. So they're swearing at God. They're cursing you. You won't have to hear it anymore. Look at Zion, the city where we hold festivals. You will see Jerusalem, a peaceful settlement, a tent that stays put. Its stakes will never be pulled up. None of its ropes will snap in two. Instead, the Lord will rule there as a mighty. So we're going to have God's restorer rule happening there. Rivers and wide streams flowing through it. No war galley will enter. No ships will rail through it. For the Lord our ruler, the Lord our commander, the Lord our king, he will deliver us. Though at times your ropes are slack, the mast is not secure, the sail is not unfurled, at that time you will divide up the great quantity of loot. Even the lame will drag off plunder, so nobody is going to escape this. Reminds me of the lepers who end up plundering the enemies and saving the city. Can't remember where that story is, but that's what's reminding me of. No resident of Zion will say, I am ill. The people who live there will have their sin forgiven. So those who remain, who trust in God, who return to God, they will be forgiven in Zion, in the city, when God hauls off the enemy. Ba-dum-bum-bum. There we go. Wow.